Hello colleagues, this is Michael again from the Board Games Chronicle. I'm continuing today my how to play videos about the Falling Sky. We went through the general game rules, we went through the factions, through all three Gallic factions, that is Belga, Edui and the Arve. Today we'll focus on the most formidable faction in the game, the Rome. Okay, couple of words of introduction. Rome is by no means the most powerful faction in the game. No other faction can stand in the field against legions and auxilia led by Julius Caesar. There's no doubt about it. The trick is that Caesar cannot be everywhere in Gaul at the same time. So while he's crushing Belgae, Arverni can start to develop and cut his lines of supply. When he crushes Arverni, Belgae might try to sneak the victory. Edoi, the so-called ally, Gallic ally of Rome, of course, plays their own game and try to get as many tribes allies to them as possible. So he cannot trust anybody, and he knows that he has at least two huge enemies with one, let's say, shaky ally. When we look at the player mat, let me just do some movement here so you can see it better. Yeah, and player mat, we see that Rome has 20 auxilia, not too many, and definitely the Gallic warbands are more numerous. They have leader, that is Caesar, or when Caesar is dead, it could be successor. They have 6 forts, a very important part of the play by the Romans, building the fort, and they have 12 legions. And they are kept in various places of the map, either on the map, in the legion track, or maybe in fallen legions, depending on the situation. They can also have like 6 allied tribes, but the core is to have the subdued tribes. The tribes without any token, any Gallic token, are the ones which counts actually for the Roman victory. So this is a general overview. Now let's jump to the most important part of this faction, so commands and special abilities. You remember when I was going through the Gallic factions, I was saying, okay, all of them have similar commands and at least one special action, that is ambush. There are some tweaks, some small changes, but all in all, the Gauls are all similar, which is clearly visible. Same commands. Not for the Rome. Rome has a distinctive set of commands and special abilities, and now we will go through all of them because all of them are different for the Gallic ones. First, recruit. While the Gauls have rally, because they rally troops, rally warbands to their cause, the Rome has a recruit. And the recruitment can be only of auxilia, not of legions. In each region, if Roman control or Caesar, we place one Roman ally. This is the standard way. If you control an area or if you have a Caesar, you can place an ally. So, for example, if we play the rally in Provincia, they can put an ally here. If Roman leader, ally, or fort is in the area, they can place auxilia, which equals leader plus fort plus allies. And the provincia is a place where a region where they can even recruit more. So if they do the recruit here, they will add 1, 2, 3, and plus 1 for provincia, 4 auxiliaries. The cost is 2 resources per region, but 0 if within supply lines. Supply line is a key concept for the game for Romans. It's actually a fundamental thing for most of their actions, but also for survival during the winter. We have here the note. Supply line is the it's a chain of adjacent regions to Cisalpina, each with either no control or control of a faction that agrees. Germans never agree. So let me just do the example. If we have such situation, that means that the Romans has a supply line up to Cisalpine. If we have such situation, they can have a supply line up to the Pictones because there is no control here, or they can do the supply line from Cisalpina via Edui, but only, let me take the Devastate because that will influence a lot, only if Edui are agreed. In that case, to have a supply line to Pictones, the Romans either go through Belgae, who would probably not agree, through Arverni, who would probably also not agree, or through Arverni, who should agree. So supply line is important for the command. So 0 in supply line, 2 resources when it's not in supply line. Then we have March. March costs 2 resources per origin region, 4 if devastated. As you can see, all those costs for Romans are higher than the Gauls. Gauls had 1 resource for rally, 1 resource for march. And now, very importantly, the pieces of Rome can move up to 2 adjacent regions. So, for example, this auxilia can move 1, 2. This auxilia can move 1, 2. Yeah, doesn't make a lot of sense. 1, 2. So, and those legions can move with them. But they can move 3 regions if with Caesar. So, for example, Caesar and those legions can march 1, 2, 3. And out of a sudden, they were in Provincia and now are in Belgae. This is what Caesar was doing historically. He was surprising his enemies with super quick marches inside the enemy territory, and this is depicted by the Roman troops with Caesar able to move 3, and Roman troops without Caesar able to move 2 regions. Then we have seize. Seize is again a special command by the Romans. It adds so valuable resources, but it also crushes the tribes. Let me show you an example. Let's assume we have such situation in Mandubi. What happens here? We disperse subdued tribes at Roman control as desired to maximum 4 markers. So we put, for example, dispersed. We control Mandubi. This is a very huge blow to this region. And Arverni and Belgae roll for each, and on 1 free they can free rally in adjacent regions. So if we seize here in adjacent region, the Belgae would be able to rally here. They simply saw what happens to their, let's say, neighbors, and due to the outrage, they can rally. Then, if the area is not devastated, again, very, very important. The Romans gain +2 resources per subdued tribe. So, for example, in this case, they would get 2 for this, and +6 per dispersed marker placed. So this is 6 + 6 + 2, 14, a lot. If there are any Gauls in the region when this seize is performed, Germans will, Gauls may cause losses. They will remove 1 auxiliary ally or legion, but on legion you roll 1 to 3, fort or leader per 3 hidden weapons. So, for example, if we had such situation, let's assume that the Caesar did a seize in this area, and let them also do a seize here because they control it also. They would get 2, 6, this is 8, plus 14, 22 resources. So they will jump from 19 to 41. But at the same time, they will harass the Caesar. They will remove auxilia because it's better than legion, And potentially the Belga would be able to rally here, and no Arveni around. So this is a very powerful. It gives resources. It gives 2 years of tribes not being able to support the Gallic uprising, because you cannot put ally on something like this. At the end of 1 year, you just turned out, and at the end of another year, you just take it. So they are crushed. Also, you can see this -1. That means that the province, that the region is has a value of 1 less for the Belga control and the Belga victory. Normally for Belga that would count as 3, but if to disperse markers, that counts as 1. So this is 6. Now, battle, pretty similar to what we have with a Gallic battle. However, what is important in the retreat phase, leader and hidden pieces may stay or go. The legions, when they retreat, they need to go. And losses, this is important. So as always, warband auxilia, it inflicts half a loss. Legion inflicts 1 loss. But if legion is stationed with Caesar, it inflicts 2 losses. So for example, such an army attacking Belga would inflict 2, 2, 2, 2, half, and 1. So in total, 9.5, rounded down, 9 hits to Belga. And this will be the commands of the Roman Republic. Now let's talk about the special abilities. First of all, we have build. Build, add forts, and subdue or ally with tribes. This at Roman ally or supply line with Romans, so 1 of 2, and within 1 of Caesar, because this is a special command. It costs 2 per fort or ally placed or removed. So what we can do here, if we have such situation, we can pay 2 for here, 2 for here, 2 for here, and in those 2 places place forts, and in that place, for example, remove the ally. It costs 2. We are in supply line. I told you this is very important. So in total, it costs 6. This is powerful special ability because those forts then halve the Roman losses. It is really important tool of keeping safe the troops. Scout, very important, because this special ability actually allows for a move. Let's read it. We move auxilia and we reveal enemy. So any legions with auxilia doesn't have to be legions. We move any auxilia to adjacent regions, not into or out of Britain. Yeah. Within 1 region of Caesar or with his successor, we flip hidden auxilia to revealed, as desired, to reveal and place scouted markers on up to 2 warbands. So how would it look like? Let me take the scout markers. So let's say that we are playing this scout special ability. We move this auxilia here. We move this auxilia here. Let's say this was March order. So we first do the march. We have Caesar here. We want to we move in 1 region. Then we move auxilia hip here. We flip it to revealed, and per 1 auxilia, 2 enemy warbands are scouted. Scout. And let me give you 2 more. Now, the trick is that usually when you have a warband revealed, when it moves, it flips to the hidden. So if they move from here to here, they flip to hidden. Not with scout. When such warband moves to the adjacent region or within a region, it does not becomes hidden. It simply takes out the scout marker. So that's a way by the Romans to keep those nasty hidden units revealed, so they cannot ambush them. Forts adds the defense, the reveal adds possibility not to be ambushed and actually to expose the enemy and hit them, because they will not be able to retreat, most probably. A third thing is connected with attacks, besiege. It helps destroy citadels and allies in battle. So locations, battles with legions, attacking enemy allied tribes or citadels. Just before inflicting losses, attacker may remove one defending citadel or ally. Let's say we are here. We have legions attacking with some support from Auxilia. And if we attack here the Arveni, just before the attack, we have battle plus besiege. Just before the attack, we can remove citadel. It still halves the losses, but it will not be existing after the battle. So these are all commands and special abilities of Rome. As you can see, pretty interesting, completely different, almost completely different than the Gaul ones. So how the Roman Republic wins? Here we have it. Subdue plus dispersed plus Roman allied tribes exceeds 15. So 15 is here, yeah. So if we have 16 or more such tribes, we will win. So this counts as a Roman victory, this counts as a Roman victory, and this counts as a 1 point for Roman victory. At this moment in time, the goal is pretty empty. I would say we are way above 15, somewhere over here. But with the time and with the rally by the Gallic troops, it would be harder and harder for the Romans to keep subdued the tribes. And this is exactly what I said about being everywhere. It's not possible for Caesar to be everywhere, so they should seize somewhere and disperse the tribe. They should obliterate some other tribes to make sure they are subdued. But to keep more than 15 till the end of the winter, end of the season and beginning of the winter, it's difficult. I would say when you look at all 4 factions, it's the easiest way to win with Belgae when Aedui, when long time we have nothing, when you have Rome, pretty difficult to play and pretty difficult to win, and the Arveni, which are the most hard to play with and to win with. Okay, we went through victory. The last thing, the events. I have a couple of events which can be interesting to you guys. Quickly going through them. First of all, capability event, Titus Labienus, so very great lieutenant of Caesar who then turned on him during the civil war. Build and scout reveal our maximum region. This is negative capability, but we look at the positive capability for Romans. Roman special abilities may select regions regardless of where the Roman leader is located. It's really cool because of those besiege, or those scout, or those build can be done anywhere on the map. Then we have very powerful even, Legio 10. In battles that have Roman leader, like Caesar and Legion, final losses against Romans is -1, and final losses that Romans inflict is +2. Fantastic event, fantastic. More hits on enemies, less losses on us. Ballista. If besiege is not enough, you can have also ballista. Besiege cancels citadels halving of the losses. So in this case, it would not halve the losses. Battle rolls remove force on 1-2, not 1-3. That means that when you are being attacked as Roman, the force works just like legions. You need to roll 1-3 to remove them. But with ballista, it's harder to remove force for the Gallic factions. They need to roll 1 or 2 to remove it. Baggage trains, another great capability for the Romans. Take this card and place it at your force display. Your march costs 0 resources. Normally it costs 2, but this will decrease the cost for Romans to 0. So all those 4 events make you much more powerful in battle, in the possibility to do the special abilities, and in the costs. The last is a very thematic event, circumvallation. This is exactly what happened at Alesia. So Romans may free march to an adjacent citadel and put circumvallation marker on a citadel faction's pieces there. Market group may not move from region. If it attacks alone, Romans defend as if with fort. Yeah, you know that the Caesar built those 2 walls, one internal, one external, yeah, and was pretty well fortified. Remove marker if group attacks Romans in battle or is eliminated, or if no Romans left. We played a couple of times with this, and I think once we managed to get Arveni pinned down here. So that was really climatic. All those forces not able to move, and only external aid being able to relieve. Okay, that will be all for the Roman Republic. As you can see, very, very powerful faction in Falling Sky. Pretty complex to manage, a lot of pieces on the map, a lot of new special abilities, and also command. But on the other hand, really fun to play. Maybe I would not suggest for the new players to start with Arveni or Rome. I'd rather suggest Belgae or Edui, but in the long term, you will enjoy all of those factions. That is the last of how to play videos for Falling Sky. There's 5 of them now. You can find the links below the description. 1 general, which talks about the game, and 4 about Belgae, Edui, Arveni, and Rome. I hope that you enjoyed them. Please give thumbs up if you think so. If you'd like to see more content like this, I strongly encourage you to subscribe. Also, please share in the comments your thoughts, opinions, experiences from this game. I love Falling Sky. I play it pretty often, and hope to bring it to the table soon, as I have really appetite after those videos to play it once again. Thank you for today, and bye.